Have you ever finished a book that didn't leave you feeling anxious, exhausted, or emotionally drained, but instead made you feel hopeful about people and the future? If that sounds like something you need right now, then A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers might become one of the most comforting audiobooks you'll ever experience. This isn't a story driven by battles, villains, or impossible stakes. Instead, it's about two unlikely friends, a wandering tea monk named sibling Dex and a curious robot named Mosscap, traveling together through a peaceful world where people have learned to live in balance with nature. Their journey seems simple on the surface. They're searching for one elusive robot who has never been seen by humans. But along the way, they ask questions that many of us quietly carry every day. What gives life meaning? Why do we always feel like we should be doing more? Can happiness exist without constant achievement? And what if simply being alive is already enough? These aren't heavy philosophical lectures. Becky Chambers turns them into warm, thoughtful conversations that feel surprisingly personal. Listening to this audiobook is like taking a long walk with two wise friends who gently remind you that it's okay not to have everything figured out. That's exactly why the audiobook format works so beautifully. The narration brings incredible warmth to every conversation, every quiet moment, and every emotional realization. Instead of rushing through the story, you're invited to slow down, breathe, and truly listen. It feels less like someone reading a novel and more like sharing meaningful conversations around a campfire. One of the greatest strengths of this book is how relatable it feels. Whether you're overwhelmed by work, questioning your purpose, feeling burned out, or simply looking for a peaceful escape, you'll probably recognize pieces of yourself in Dex's journey. Unlike many science fiction stories filled with complex technology and endless action, this book focuses on humanity, kindness, curiosity, and hope. It's science fiction that feels deeply human. And even if you haven't read the first book in the Monk and Robot series, you'll still find plenty here to enjoy. The characters are lovable, the dialogue feels authentic, and every chapter leaves you with something worth thinking about long after you finish listening. This is one of those rare audiobooks that doesn't demand your attention with explosions or cliffhangers. Instead, it quietly earns a permanent place in your heart. If you've been searching for an audiobook that helps you slow down, reflect, and reconnect with what truly matters, this is an experience you shouldn't miss. So, if A Prayer for the Crown Shy sounds like the kind of story you've been waiting for, check the link in the description and start your free audiobook trial today. Sometimes the books that change us the most are the ones that speak the softest.